Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished members of international community, Assalamu alaikum. I speak to you today not just from a corner of South Asia, but from the cradle of an ancient civilization, the land of Sindh, through which flows one of the world's oldest and most storied rivers, the Indus. The Indus is not merely a water body, it is the lifeline of millions. It is the backbone of agriculture, the guardian of biodiversity, and the sacred artery of culture, history, and survival for the people of Sindh. But today, unfortunately, this lifeline is in danger. The government of Pakistan has recently initiated a controversial and alarming move, the digging of 6 large canals from the Indus River without meaningful consultation with the province of Sindh, the rightful law riparian under both national and international water law. This development is not only politically sensitive, it is legally questionable, ecologically dangerous, and ethically indefensible. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to unpack the gravity of the situation. The Constitution of Pakistan guarantees the equitable distribution of natural resources. Article 158 prioritizes the needs of the producing province, while Article 9 guarantees the right to life, an impossible right without access to water. This decision not only violates the federal spirit but also threatens inter-provincial harmony. Pakistan is morally bound by principles enshrined in international legal instruments, including the UN Water Courses Convention 1997, which emphasizes the doctrine of equitable and reasonable utilization and the obligation to avoid significant harm to co-riparian users. These canals, aimed at serving corporate agricultural interests in upper riparian regions, could drastically reduce downstream flows, leading to desertification and displacement in Sindh. Respected viewers, it is an environmental catastrophe in making. The Indus Delta is already facing existential threats due to reduced freshwater flows, with saltwater intrusion, loss of biodiversity, and shrinking wetlands. The digging of new canals may trigger an ecological collapse, a tragedy not just for Sindh but for global climate resilience. My dear viewers, this is not merely a political dispute, it is a humanitarian crisis unfolding. The livelihoods of millions of people, farmers, fisherfolk, and indigenous communities are under threat. Entire villages risk vanishing. This is climate injustice of the worst kind, committed not by the global north, but within our own borders. To the international community, I say, you have stood for environmental justice. You have advocated for equitable water sharing and sustainable development. The cause of the Indus demands your attention, your voice, and your solidarity. We are not asking for favors. We are demanding compliance with the law, respect for human dignity, and preservation of a river that belongs to humanity, not bureaucracy. To cap it all, I must salute the brave legal fraternity of Sindh, who have been holding a sit-in in protest for 6 consecutive days, peacefully, lawfully, and passionately, in defense of constitutional order and water justice. This is not just since struggle, it is a global struggle for water equity, climate justice, and human rights. I invite scholars, legal experts, environmentalists, and human rights defenders around the world to stand with us. Lend your voices, raise awareness. Let this not become another silent tragedy buried beneath the statistics and bureaucracy. The Indus must flow not just through lands but through the conscience of the world. I thank you.